Okay, this is a quick review on this custom computer build that I did a couple of months back. And these are the specifications. It has a Ryzen 5 5600G with 16 gigabytes of RAM. The RAM is right here. And this memory is from Team Group. It's really good RAM. It's rated at 3600 megahertz. Even though the processor here doesn't require that speed, it's nice to have because, you know, if you want to transplant this memory into another motherboard, it will at least have that speed ready to go. The power supply is the Thermaltake Smart BX1 550 watt. This is 80 plus bronze efficiency. The solid state driving here is the Crucial P2 500 gigabyte capacity drive. It's a really fast drive for the price. And right now on Amazon, you can usually find these for around $40 US. The motherboard itself is the Gigabyte B550M DS3H. Alright. So the point of a build like this is you don't have to rely on graphics cards that can fail at any time. Because a lot of times that's what people tend to do wrong all the time. They tend to rely on graphics cards for video output. And that can cause a lot of problems as they get older. You know, with graphics cards, you have MOSFETs that can fail, capacitors that can go out. You may have a problem with power on the card itself. So with a system like this, with the graphics card already built into the processor itself, you don't have to worry about that. Alright, because most parts on here are all solid state components, so it reduces the need to worry about failure anytime soon. The only parts in here that would fail eventually would probably be like the fan, or things like, you know, the power supply going out or something like that. But in terms of the overall quality of the build, this thing boots up in less than 17 seconds or so. You know, it's really, really fast. It doesn't really give any trouble because, like I said, you know, this is just the bare minimum that most people would be satisfied with. And I have all of the cables, you know, cable manager as best as I can because this chassis is very, very old. So I did the best I could do. The front panel connectors are down here. It has the only things I didn't hook up on here were the USB connectors and all that for the front of the case because this chassis doesn't tend to work very well with the USB on the front here. It's very old. I can always transplant these parts over to a new case if I have to, but for the most part, the person that uses this computer doesn't need that, so I just leave that disconnected for now. All right, but the power switch and everything works. It doesn't give any trouble. I know these fans need cleaning out. You know, don't worry about that. I will get around to that later. But it's not as dusty as I see a lot of other computers. So I'm telling you, like this system is all most people will ever need. And the price for these parts I think was around $500 US, something like that. So it's a really good solid build. No graphics cards needed, like I said, and it works absolutely fine.